Hello, we're live.
Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. I am Mike, and I am with Julian.
Hello.
And Brogan.
Hello.
This is our Monday stream. We stream Mondays and Thursdays. We are live on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. Today we have a packed show. Brogan,
Yep.
can you give us a rundown?
Yeah, we're talking about things like Amazon, ChatGPT,
Yep.
Oreos, and the Queen of Crypto. Who is that?
Who is that, Julian?
I know who that is, but you'll have to watch later on in the show to find out.
You certainly will, and
So
I
would
can't wait.
Click and subscribe right now and
you
click
go.
on that bell.
Yeah, ding ding.
Fantastic. But before we get into any of this, it is customary to have a quick look at the crypto prices.
You wanted
Yes,
to get
yes.
rid of this feature.
I want to get rid of this feature, yes.
But it will not be removed.
I do.
What is our
And
feature?
I'm going to go for 23,189.
I will go for 23,215.
Ooh.
23,131.
Thank you very much.
And whoever's viewing this, you might notice, or you actually might not notice, we're on the low latency mode now. So what we're saying right now should be fast enough to catch up to you. I also wanted to say that the crypto price appeared on the screen as I changed it. So
Did it?
Wow.
I
that's
thought it was
good
pretty
news.
interesting.
That is
I
good
changed
news.
it. Second layer, it appeared there.
So it sped up.
Yeah.
That's good
And
news.
other
isn't it?
news, just to point out, because we might get some messages later.
All right.
Michael has not been on a sunbed and been on too long. He's got himself a new Halo light,
Yeah.
I have.
which is just absolutely ridiculous. It's the most ridiculous setup I have ever seen. You've got how many different tripods? 3 different tripods.
3.
A massive light of your own that neither of us two have got.
No.
I
And
turn
the
up with a
one
mobile
light, which is
phone.
mine, is over there, which has been shared across the room.
Yeah, I turn up with a mobile phone. You're going to need your own roadie soon. You do know that, don't you?
I'm going to have my own makeup artist. I'm going to have my own stylist. I'm going to have my own barber. I need these things.
Absolute madness.
You need this. For the star of the show needs these accessories. That's what it's, like I said to you before the show, Steve Howie just needed a pair of boots, didn't he? Really?
Yeah.
He'd just go out and get hit by the ball.
Why didn't you put it behind you, though, like a halo?
I've not got to that stage yet.
Have you not?
No.
There's a lot of things that you say that I reply with Jesus Christ afterwards.
Anyway, back to the show.
Yeah.
We've got some TA, Julian.
I don't know what that means. Is it territorial army?
It's not territorial army, no.
Oh.
It's technical analysis.
Right, okay.
But we've done it in a simplest way possible.
Right.
So Brogan's going to bring up the chart.
Yes, I am.
What are we analysing?
There we are.
We're taking a look at
Every time.
Bitcoin
Right.
and why we ended up where we ended
are.
up on the price.
Yeah.
And I think, has it got the highlights of the...
Yeah, it's got the text
yeah.
and the arrows.
So on the graph,
Mm-hmm.
there was 2 massive dumps, which were Luna, the Luna crash,
Yeah.
and the other one was the FTX crash.
Yes.
Now, if you look at the graph, which you can see behind you if you look up
I
there.
can see it on
Wait,
Brogan's
hold on, let me
screen.
just
See
do
it on
something real
Brogan's
quick.
screen. All right,
Oh.
perfect.
What?
So what you'll see is that
Yeah.
we've had a kind of massive...
That's 5-second delay, by the way.
That's not bad, is it?
That's crazy.
That's not bad. We've had a massive U-shape
Yeah.
between the FTX crash and now.
Mm-hmm.
And we've drawn a very simple line to show that had the FTX crash not happened, obviously we probably wouldn't have gone as low as we went. But we're continuing now at the price we were pre-FTX, which is a slow crab that you have after a bear market and the market's recovering and we're going through the accumulation phase where you buy it or whatever. So we've tried to do some simple TA for people to understand. But my question is, how low do you think we would have gone if we hadn't have had the FTX,
I think-
Luna?
Oh, without those?
Yeah, without those.
I think
What did we get down to? We got down to 15,500, didn't we? How low do you think we
got
would
to
have gone?
about 18 and a half?
You think 18.5?
I think it'd have bottomed at that.
What do you think, Brogan?
What specifically, or just in general, would we have gone lower than we currently are now?
No, would we have gone lower? Would we have gone as low without those black swans?
I don't think so.
Because we had a considerable number, didn't we?
Yeah.
We
I mean,
had-
It was just catastrophe after catastrophe, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Negativity all year long.
Yeah.
Everything that we reported on for the first 6 months were bad.
I mean, it's just like, well, even not even going off any other outside information, just based off the graph and knowing that the lunar crash happened and FTX crash, we can see, but in the space of a month, I'm just going to go off this one, for example, we reached about like 20,000 up from 31,000. So we go down a considerably crazy amount within a month. So to say that these, this would have happened anyway, it's hard to say that this would have happened anyway. Yeah. Considering the insurmountable drops just out of nowhere in a month. Not out of nowhere, but within a month, it's crazy.
Every time there's a bear market, we drop 60, 70, 80%. So if you take 70% off 69,000, you end up at about 20.
There you go.
Ish.
Yeah.
So we might not have hit those pits. We might have kind of got, like, what did you say, 18?
Yeah, 18 and a half-ish.
I think we would have got somewhere near that. I think this just kind of pushed us down a bit lower, didn't it? So anyway, we may be doing a bit more of that, but try and keep it simple so people can understand. Now, the main article is based on what CZ said a few days ago about banks.
Hold on, I'll try and get. There's a comment. I'm trying to get. There it is. Peter says bonjour.
Peter's back.
Bonjour, Peter.
Salut.
Lee.
Hello, Peter. Thank you for coming back.
Ça va?
Nice.
Even we haven't heard the dad joke of the day, Peter, so this will be a surprise for all of us.
Well, I went home and I said a few jokes, and the household did laugh at them. And I said, I used those online last time, and they didn't laugh when they watched them on the YouTubes. And apparently it's because I'm not remotely funny.
Oh.
Right. So, Brogan, I think we should move quickly on. Should we move on to the article?
I've got an intellectual joke, but it needs a pen and paper.
He said, "You all look well. Thank you."
Thank you. I think it's
the orange palm tree sunset Miami Beach.
You look radiant.
Vibe he's giving.
You see, where I grew up, we had this place called Longsight Market, where you would buy, those glow on the armbands.
Yeah.
But they were filled with like illegal substances, liquids, that were just pure acid. Yeah. Well, I have a funny feeling that the longer this light stays on, the darker I'm going to get.
Definitely, you're definitely catching a tan.
So by the question and answer session, I'm gonna look like I've had 6 weeks in Corfu.
You are,
aren't I?
Yeah, you are.
So well, thanks for that. I do feel radiant. I think it's doing a lot for my vitamin B intake, or is it vitamin D?
Vitamin D.
Is it
D? One of the two.
Was that vitamin C?
Definitely not C.
I said I can't wait for the dad joke. Well, I mean, we're on ultra low latency mode of 5 seconds, so hopefully you did catch the joke.
We'll get some jokes later on.
Yeah, we're definitely in the comments.
From Julian.
Oh, before we forget.
Yes.
We need people to get to think of a question to ask Julian. We don't have a question for you, do you?
No question apparently. Is
any novice crypto question that you haven't had the answer to, anything at all that you want to ask the novice, Julian is here. Ask him as simple a question as you can.
At your disposal.
At your disposal.
There you go.
Now, we're going to talk about something not that crypto related,
all right,
but something that everybody can get involved with.
Okay, what is this?
This is adapt or die, and this was CZ's warning to banks.
This is a fella from Binance,
but
the biggest.
Before we get to that, we have some words on the birds, don't we?
Oh, we do.
We have words on the birds.
We've completely forgotten about word on the birds.
I thought you were going to interrupt us at that point to click and subscribe. I genuinely did.
Don't worry.
I'm going to launch myself.
Today, I'm going to make it my effort to wait for a proper, segue.
Nice.
A nice, formulaic. Anyways. So, Cointelegraph, just in, Moody's, a prominent credit rating agency, is working on creating a rating system for stablecoins that are based on blockchain technology.
Massive adoption yet
Very
again.
much so.
That's a good one. Next.
Wait for. I see the title of Inverse Kramer. I'm already excited.
So for anybody watching, Inverse Kramer, Jim Cramer is an American
here we go.
Investment advisor with his own show called Hard Money or something ridiculous like
He's
that.
the man from Hamlet
Oh my
adverts.
God, that's crazy.
He's the man from
Hamlet adverts.
He is, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Inverse Kramer as the name suggests, whatever Jim Cramer suggests,
Do the opposite.
Do the opposite.
Yeah.
And I think Brogan's got a
Yep,
great
it
example
is.
now of why we should ignore Jim Cramer.
So the caption is, that's why you inverse Kramer, laughing face. So the results. Over the past 6 months, if you bought Jim's picks on the day he mentioned them and sold 2 weeks later each time, the opposite goes for bearish picks. On a $1,000 principal investment, you will now have $165. More succinctly, his picks since August will be down minus 83%, or he'll be down 83% cumulatively.
I don't know how he's on television. You've got legitimate people
Listening
making
to
legitimate businesses
Yeah.
being sued by the SEC in America.
Yeah.
You know, even that girl with the very large behind, what's she called? Kim
Kardashian.
Kardashian.
Yeah.
She was sued. And then you've got Jim Cramer,
Yeah.
who looks like the guy. Who's the guy out of not South Park, The Simpsons? The one who owns the
Mo.
no, the one who owns the nuclear power plant.
Not
Him.
him. The
Yeah,
hair.
him.
Burns.
Burns, Mr.
No
Burns.
chance.
He looks like Mr. Burns.
Does he?
Yeah,
He's
with
got
a bit
bald,
more-
isn't he?
Yeah, he's got a bit more weight than Mr. Burns, but looks like Mr. Burns. So you've got him sprouting out all this nonsense on television, and he's allowed to do it willy-nilly.
Willy-nilly, yeah.
Willy-nilly, exactly. Right. Any other word on the birds?
No, those are the only two we have today.
Right, let's get into the main article then, because this is quite a long
All
one.
right.
So this is a fellow from Binance,
CZ
who's
from
in charge
Binance.
of the world's biggest cryptocurrency exchange.
Yep.
Correct.
Which is like a
Lovely
crypto
head.
bank where you
Yes.
sort of hold your assets.
Yes. And he has said,
Yeah.
quite rightly,
Yep.
that banks need to adapt
Yep.
or die.
Okay.
Yep.
So if you go through the article, I've not really based
Adapt in general or just adapt to the crypto
in general.
sphere? Yeah, he's
In
right
general.
there.
So what's he got to say for himself? It's not a long article, but the next part of this article is going to be exciting because we get to play a game.
Ooh.
yeah.
A game. Okay, well, let's get to that. CZ predicts existential implications for anti-crypto traditional finance. While the reluctance of traditional players is a deterrent to crypto's adoption in the short term, CZ argues that the decision might backfire over the next 2 decades. It's slow. Hold on, I can't scroll down the page.
He's a good man, CZ. But he's also one of those, you know, where
Dangerous, though, isn't he?
he's too dangerous. He's got too much power.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, too much
Too
power.
much power. So what does he say? Can you remember what he says?
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
We're back. Okay, we're back. That's read for me. As traditional institutions proactively reduce exposure to cryptocurrency as a reaction to ecosystem collapses in 2022, Binance CEO CZ believes this move could potentially have a negative impact on such traditional finance players. The collapse of major crypto companies such as FTX and Terraform Labs reduced trust among investors and forced traditional markets to reevaluate their strategies for stepping into the crypto ecosystem. While the reluctance of traditional players stands as a deterrent to crypto's adoption in the short term, CZ argues that the decision might backfire over the next 2 decades. So there's some tweets basically saying 10 to 20 years, they're basically going to, like, go bust.
Exactly. So rather than focus on this, because that's
Yeah.
very kind of rose-tinted spectacles and
Yeah.
everything in crypto is positive.
And we know that banks can survive most things like cockroaches.
Exactly. And as we know that when a bank does fail, the governments will always bail them out.
Yeah, they will.
So they'll never die.
Yeah.
I thought I'd take a different approach to this and
Right.
have a look at some companies that didn't adapt
Yeah.
and died.
Yeah.
So Brogan, in the second article,
Yes.
is that working?
Yeah.
So there should be 10 companies in there. This will be a bit of a throwback for myself and Julian because these were around when we were kids. Do you want to? No, don't read out what they were. We'll have a guess.
All right.
Right.
Number 1.
Let's go. Okay. Blockbuster.
Oh,
Blockbuster.
I loved Blockbuster.
Do you know what I loved about Blockbuster? The smell.
Yes.
It had
You're
a
right.
video smell, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. And it also had an area that you could buy Ben and Jerry's.
Yes.
Remember that? Like an add-on.
Yes, it did.
Buy your popcorn, buy your ice cream here.
Yeah.
And then you posted it when you took it back, didn't you?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Big blue box, Brogan, that you'd put your video in.
Blockbuster it on in yellow.
And if you rented a video on a Friday, it didn't have to be back till the Monday.
Correct.
So you had it for 3 whole days. You could watch the movie for 3 days.
Brilliant.
It was great. Obviously, he's laughing at this now, but
Yeah.
this was the precursor to Netflix because
Yes.
Netflix started off as a mail order
Yeah.
version of Blockbuster.
Should
just the same,
I
really.
read out the demises for each of these? Or
No, we don't need. We know how they died.
Pretty much the same as Netflix, other than you needed a car with petrol.
Yeah, exactly. What's the second one?
second one is Enron.
Oh,
Enron. They didn't not adapt, didn't they? Just commit massive fraud.
Yeah, they were a
yes.
bit different.
Came after a scandal revealed that fraud and corruption was rife
Yeah.
in the company.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, all right. They didn't really need to adapt. They just needed to
here we
stop
go, yeah.
being
Blockbuster
naughty.
couldn't really adapt, could they?
No.
Not
No.
really.
Okay.
BlackBerry.
Yeah, the odd
Blackberry,
one.
yeah. They
They're
were
an
all.
odd company, aren't they?
Yeah,
Very, very odd.
they were kind of the smartphone before the smartphone, weren't
Yeah.
they? And then
For intelligent people who needed to do lots of stuff.
very clever things.
Very clever people.
And they were banned during the riots in the UK.
Were they?
Yeah, because they were they weren't traceable or trackable. They used a unique system, so all the rioters could plan their way around on a BlackBerry, and the police couldn't.
Ah.
Yeah. So, all right, what's next?
Kodak.
Kodak,
They
of
didn't
course.
adapt, did they?
They didn't adapt. There's a chap, can't remember his name, Japanese chap, and he invented a digital camera years and years ago. And he went to them with this idea of a digital camera that had a phone on it.
Right.
And they said,
No.
sayonara. Sent him packing. And then what happened? The phone came out with a camera on it.
Yeah.
And they were gone in, 5-10 years?
Yeah. Does anybody print anything out very much these days?
I don't think
Don't
so.
think they do they?
No.
Schools.
Yeah.
Yeah, schools.
What's next?
Sears.
Sears. That's a funny one.
That
I
is
read
a
out?
funny one.
Are they a department store?
Okay, I'll read out. Sears
be
made
that they
catalogs a
didn't
thing. Remember that?
Catalogs.
Catalogs.
Yes. Like Littlewoods catalogs.
Yeah.
It's catalogs. Pan Am.
K's catalogs. Has that gone as well?
Yeah.
They've all gone, haven't they?
Yeah,
All the catalogue companies.
Yeah.
My mate Kirby worked for a catalogue company.
Did he?
Yeah, he did phone orders initially. Then he became a time in motion man. Nobody spoke to him after that, and that's why he left.
I'm not surprised.
Me either.
I wouldn't speak to him either.
No. And I bet he were really fastidious with it.
So what's next? What were they called?
Pan Am.
Pan Am Airways.
Yeah. Pan American World Airways.
Did they not allow online booking?
Um.
Is that how they died? Or did they not buy jets, jet planes?
Their prime translation. Basically, it was a war. Okay, it's like transatlantic, causing fuel prices to rise, adding to the shock of the Lockerbie disaster in 1988. Pan Am filed for bankruptcy. It doesn't really say much.
Actually, they didn't adapt. They didn't need to adapt. They just needed to not crash.
Yeah, they had bad press.
That was totally different.
Yeah.
Next,
MySpace.
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 Do you remember
what did
MySpace?
they get wrong? Yeah. Were they the ones that launched the Arctic Monkeys?
Yes. So MySpace had they were a great business. You had all of these unsigned artists would have their own page.
Yeah.
And you'd go to the page and the page would then play the music of whoever it was. And you could have the page in any colour you wanted, change the background. So it was like a Facebook page.
Yeah.
And I actually knew the CEO of MySpace.
All right.
Yeah, Michael Jones he was called.
Yeah.
He came in just before they went to the wall
Oh.
because they adapted in the wrong way.
What did they do?
They didn't see Facebook coming and they didn't adapt to be more of a social network type thing. Next, or is that it?
Yahoo.
Yes.
Yahoo.
Absolutely.
I don't know why Yahoo. They just made really bad decisions. Yahoo.
Their growth was mismanaged. So yeah.
Yeah, they just made bad decisions. Anything else?
Polaroid.
Kodaks.
But they're making a comeback, aren't they? Because they're
all these young people like
the retro ones, aren't they?
Yeah.
So you can now get these like retro Polaroid.
Yeah.
It's quite smart because they've gone like to their roots, right? So they've gone so far back that it's not just old; it's like retro-ish.
Retro.
So
cool.
it's like a parabola where it's like you're either new, you're old, or you're retro.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Rebecca,
it's like
my daughter's got one.
There you go. Exactly.
She prints them all out, puts them on a wall.
Yeah.
Cost a fortune.
They do, yeah. They do,
Absolute
absolutely.
fortune.
Right. Anything else?
Xerox.
And Xerox. Are they the printers?
Yes.
Or the photocopiers?
I think they're photocopiers.
Photocopiers are...
Probably the printers, are they?
Yeah.
And I don't know. Web3 Superstar says good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Wherever you are. Xerox. Yeah, I can't see how they could have adapted.
No. Not really.
What else could they have done?
Don't know.
I think just technology overtook them,
Yeah.
didn't they? And that was it. That was the end of them.
You can't keep reinventing yourself like Madonna.
No.
Not everybody can, anyway.
No. David Bowie did a good job.
And
Alex Ferguson did a good job.
He did.
But Madonna,
Fairness.
not so much. She's starting to
Madonna
look...
did.
She's very alienly, isn't she?
Looks very old.
Yeah.
But she is very old,
She is.
in fairness.
She shouldn't be wearing what she's wearing now.
No.
Imagine your grandmother
Her
dressing like
daughter
that.
needs to have a word, don't she?
So, anything else you'd like to add to that, Brogan, from your era of companies that have gone bust because they haven't adapted to change?
Would we throw Woolworths into it?
Yeah, I would.
Because they didn't have an online presence, did they? And they never really anchored down on what they were good at.
But
What
the
were they
funny
good
thing
at?
about Woolworths was they reinvented themselves as an online store, and they're now a multi-million-pound business online. Because you know the pick and mix?
Yeah,
Where you could go in and buy it what you wanted?
yeah.
Well, now you do that online and they'll send you a kilo of sherbet dips.
Brilliant.
Who would turn down a kilo of sherbet
Not
dips?
me.
Not me. I'd be face deep in that.
Absolutely.
Right then.
I don't know if it's sad. My brain's boggling. I'm trying to find a company which either gone bust or went dead during my times
You
alive.
had a lot of them, weren't they, all at once?
I don't really know
UK
any
that it
companies
happened to.
or websites I used to use or anything.
Thomas Cook.
Thomas Cook, yes. And now Flybe have gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what Brogan had. You had loads of things when you in your lifetime.
Scalender's really cool.
You can't, yeah, exactly. You can't
Cool.
look back because you,
Our price.
our price.
Whereas HMV's reinvented itself.
Hmm.
It's not the same though, is it?
No.
Struggling.
No. So I think time ravages companies, and just technology does.
But to stop us from going out of fashion or leaving the space, just scroll down, subscribe.
Please.
Yeah.
Oh, and we need.
Just a nice gesture.
Apparently, according to the algorithms,
Yeah.
if you click like, more people see our video,
Huh,
our
do they?
live video. So if you click like now,
Over and over and over.
not over and over, but just once,
Yeah.
because then it'll be like Brogan was doing off screen and just turning my light on and off.
Yeah.
So it's highlighting us,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
highlighting us, not. You see,
Like that.
like that.
Yeah. And another thing I heard actually, if you ring the bell, it reverbs to everybody else on YouTube to come back in.
Perfect.
So make sure you ring the bell as well.
Now,
It's really important.
exciting news. We have 5 hot picks for February.
Wowzers.
Now,
Are these things to watch?
these are things
look
to
out
watch.
for.
Things to look out for.
Could be hot, but maybe not.
No, they will be.
We're not giving financial advice, are we?
No, but we're picks. They're picks,
Okay.
not financial advice.
Are we going to
Personal
revisit
opinions
this?
which aren't regarded as a professional financial.
We should revisit this.
statement.
How long do we need for
We
them to
will
see whether
revisit
they-
it in March if they've been successful.
in April.
If not, we'll delete this portion
will
of the
sweep it under the
stream and deny all knowledge. No, these are five cryptocurrencies,
Yeah.
crypto assets,
Yeah.
that for one reason or another haven't done very well over the last couple of months.
Yeah.
For reasons I'd say were outside of their control. So we've got a very nice website we found called Crypto Bubbles, which Brogan can bring up now.
Yes.
And I'd
Right.
like each of you to pick one and
Yeah.
say why it's going to be hot. So should we start with Julian? Because we know Julian's
Okay.
crazy about one of these.
Amazon one. The Amazon one.
AVAX.
AVAX. Don't like the
Okay.
name.
Avax.
Don't
AVAX.
like it. It's either a bit too military or it's almost a bit corrosive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not like
Like
a
you
chemical you'd find.
Yeah.
Yeah, you clean your
Classroom.
toilet and your bath with it.
With AVAX.
Yeah.
Isn't it Ajax one of them?
Yeah.
Ajax, yeah. So why is this one of your top picks?
Because we'll see from a later article that we're going to discuss. So do we really want to go into that now? But it's Amazon.
There we go.
Yeah.
It's Amazon that are bringing out a token.
Yeah.
It's only going to go one way.
Only
Huge
gonna go
corporal
away.
investment into a cryptocurrency and going into Web3. So
Yeah.
you can never go wrong with that sort of information.
I don't think you can.
No.
You can't. Brogan, what's your pick?
And that's why I'm going for Matic. I know it's we've heard it before on many streams where
Did he used to play for Chelsea?
And Man United.
on Matic.
Yeah.
Well, Matic or Polygon, what we're going to say, the partnerships are with a lot of companies, so it's kind of a company partnership type of thing. So it's built on Ethereum. It's got the benefits of a good strong blockchain, but it's fast and it's cheap.
What do they do then? What does it actually do?
It's a layer 2.
Right.
Allows
So it allows
for-
people to build stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can build stuff on it. It conjunctifies many transactions into one to make it cheap.
They've got
Right.
huge deals with people
Yep.
like Starbucks,
Disney.
and Disney. And
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's why I'm going to pick it, because it's partnered with so many things. So it's partnered with so many companies. It's got a strong, route into, crypto as a whole. I don't think it's going anywhere. It's definitely not going to go anywhere anytime soon. So yeah, I think that's going to be a positive
Nice.
in the future. What about you?
Ada.
Ada. Okay.
From Peaky Blinders.
Yeah. Ada are possibly the most boring layer 1 in crypto.
It's got a name that's dull, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Reminds you of the 1940s.
Yeah. Like the kind of woman that would hang a washing up outside on the line.
Yeah.
Ada.
Yeah.
So, Ada's run by a chap who is very tech-based. They want to try and build the perfect solution. I'm not going to bore people with it, but we do have, I think, we've got an explainer video about Cardano
I think we do,
if
actually,
people
yeah.
want to go and find out about it. But basically, there's a stable coin called JED. DJED. JED,
Right.
which is about to be launched on the Cardano network. Now, for me, what this does is it gives liquidity to the blockchain. And what I mean by that is, at the minute, if you're on the Cardano network, you hold your money in ADA, and that's it.
Yeah.
You can't do anything else with it.
Yeah.
Now, you might want to take profits. You might want to do lots of other things. To do that, you've got to send it to an exchange, or
It's messy,
It's
isn't it?
messy. Whereas when it's got its own dollar stable coin, you can just take some of your cash, put it on the side, and then wait for maybe a dip to buy more or DCA in or whatever. So for me, ADA's my pick. It probably isn't going to do as well as AVAX, probably isn't going to do as well as Matic, but
Steady.
steady. It's a steady Eddie.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
Steve
same-
Davis.
Web3 Superstar says, I mean, he's been talking quite a bit as well, but he
Yeah.
said it's safe. Look at that. It's beautiful. Ultra low latency. Look at that.
It's
It's like a
safe.
5-second delay.
It is safe. Steve Davis was safe.
Oh, yeah. He had a good safety game.
Uninspiring, but
Yeah.
safe,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
So there are 5 picks for February.
What are the other two?
BNB, which is the Binance token,
Yeah.
Doge.
and Doge.
Oh, yeah.
Because at some point,
with the dog.
Elaine Musk
Yeah.
is going to come out and say there's going to be a wallet,
Yeah.
tipping wallet,
Yeah.
Twitter.
Twitter, and I imagine it's going to be a suite of tokens that he's going to allow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Doge is going to be in there because he's a fan of it.
Yeah, as long as Tesla keeps going, there's going to be some usage for Doge with
Precisely.
buying Tesla stuff.
Yeah, you can buy your whiskey glasses with Doge, I think.
Yeah, you
Can
can buy
you?
Tesla
I think
accessories,
so.
I think.
Yeah, accessories, exactly, yeah. So there are 5 picks. We're going to have 5 more in March, and then we might add this to the show from now on.
It's good, that. I enjoyed
I
that.
enjoyed that as well.
Yeah, what's next?
Now then, we've got a little one about your favourite curly-haired criminal.
Oh, is he still around?
It's not Kevin Keegan.
No, it's Bankman.
Sam
Fried.
Bankman-Fried, Brogan.
Yes, Sam Bankman-Fried has tried to contact potential witnesses, the government says. Disgraced crypto executive Sam Bankman-Fried has made recent attempts to contact prospective witnesses in his criminal case. Federal prosecutors said Friday in a letter to the judge that sought new conditions for his release. He's been freed on a $250 million bond. The imposition of these new conditions is justified in the light of the nature of the case, as well as defendants' recent attempts to contact prospective witnesses. Assistant United States Attorney Danielle Sassoon wrote in the government's letter. It has recently come to the government's attention that the defendant has been in direct communication with the current general counsel of FTX US, who may be a witness at trial and who is represented by counsel.
So he's trying to tip off witnesses.
2 things.
Yeah.
Why is his bail not being revoked?
Because he's in with Biden. He's in with the Democrats. We know his mother's been involved with Hillary Clinton. We know his father's been involved with Gary Gensler. We know his sister and his brother involved with the World Economic Forum.
But how much money has he cost people?
It doesn't matter.
300 million?
He's in the pockets with the Democrats who are in power in America. If it was the Republicans in power in America, he would never have been given bail. And bear in mind, the bail didn't involve the transfer of any money to the
just
court.
to have it in your own account.
Just have it in your account. We know you're good for it.
Yeah.
Two things. One that the article doesn't mention, which we'll get onto in a second. But
I just want to put, sorry, is he wants his crypto back? Because that's grouped in with the one. I just realised. I really want to read this.
Back.
I'm going to read this. Oh, this seems funny.
He wants his crypto back because bear in mind he's only got $100,000 to his name. That's all he's got.
Right. And he wants to have his crypto back to do what? To give back to the people that he defrauded?
No, to spend on himself.
Oh, okay.
So Justin, FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried now wants his crypto back. In a recent turn of events, SBF has requested access to FTX assets, citing no evidence linking him to previous unauthorized transactions.
Yeah.
Anything interesting?
But
no.
The criminal, A, wants his money back, and B, has been tampering with witnesses.
Yeah.
Which is a criminal offence.
Yeah.
And he's still not in prison.
It's just an absolute joke.
Yeah. So, I mean, we need to keep these updates in there because we need to keep people informed of what he's up to. But it's just getting crazier and crazier.
Well, ultimately, he's not going anywhere, is he? He's just going home.
Yeah.
We know that now.
Yeah. He's got internet access. He's at his mum and dad's house. He's probably going to be there for the next 6 months until the court case comes up.
Yeah, then he can go home after that.
Exactly. I mean, at some point, he might end up going to prison for a very long time. But in the meantime...
Yeah, let him do it again, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, pancakes for breakfast.
Yeah.
Now then, Crypto Queen.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, who is Crypto Queen? All right, let me just get it up.
This lady, if she's still a lady, by the way.
Right.
Because we don't know what she's done to herself.
No.
She could be a he.
Yeah.
Or she could be a different she.
Yeah.
Because there's another option there.
Yeah.
She's had plastic surgery. Well, for everybody watching, she was the lady who ran off with $4 billion from OneCoin, which was the biggest crypto, probably still the... Actually,
it's
no.
a documentary on Netflix.
There is. It's a good documentary on Netflix, but she's actually probably now not the greatest criminal.
No,
I think Sam Bankman-Fried
takes that biscuit.
Takes that. So she's second.
Yeah.
But she's never been found.
Fair
Except enough. This article. It's a bit strenuous to say Crypto Queen has been found.
Yeah.
See, I've just gone down the lines of our title is Crypto Queen Alive.
Yeah.
Because, as Brogan's going to say, there's been movement.
Ready?
We're ready.
Missing Crypto Queen Ruja.
It's called a Ruja.
Found alive after vanishing 5 years ago. The listing of a property in the heart of London has brought a notorious cryptocurrency fugitive who ran a $4 billion Ponzi scheme out of the woodwork. Ruja 42, a business partner called Sebastian Greenwood, crypto. Yeah, okay, basically, yeah, talking about what happened. We have the Wikipedia page, don't we, as well? We'll look at that in a minute.
Yeah, that's just so people know who she
is. She's on the FBI's list of the top 10 most wanted fugitives.
Yep.
Police have warned that she has likely had plastic surgery to change her appearance, with hopes low that she would ever be caught. She came out of the woodworks to claim one of her properties. Several days ago, a penthouse apartment in the London suburb of Kensington, England, went up for sale with an asking price of £12.5 million, which was then downgraded to £11 million. She was the one who purchased this property under the company's name. Yeah.
So my question is, she's run off with $4 billion.
Yeah.
And she owns a house in London.
Yeah.
That's been put up for sale by her company.
Yeah.
How did she end up still owning the house in the first place if this is a $4 billion fraud?
No idea. And if she's got £4 billion, why is she trying to sell her house for a pittance of $11 million?
There's something funny here.
It don't add up.
Dem's the truth. Dem's the truth. What do you think, Brogan? Do you think this smells fishy?
What?
Or is that my aftershave?
The activity of the house?
Yeah. If you've got $4 billion, would you bother selling it? Because it's going to give away where you are, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just nonsense.
Like a smoke signal in the forest.
Yeah.
Right. I wouldn't bother.
I wouldn't either. So that makes me think maybe she's not that involved with this as the making out.
So she put it under the company's name,
Yeah.
right? So could then that be managed by other people, either
Yes.
within it or
Yeah.
in contact with the company or something?
Yeah.
But surely they couldn't make this decision to buy the house without her approval,
Well, you wouldn't have thought so.
would you? Or his now, depending on, or
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
they,
We.
thems. So I don't really have a lot to say about that. I just wanted to put it in because we've made videos about her. She is infamous for what she's done.
True.
But now I think she's put her head above water. I think somebody somewhere is going to know where she is, and she might probably be caught fairly soon.
Where Free Superstar says smoke signal.
Yeah, indeed. I think
It'd be quite nice for Sammy Boy, wouldn't it, if they wheedle her out and then she can take a lot of the headlines away from him.
it would. How do we know she's not Sam Bankman-Fried?
We don't.
We don't, do we?
No.
She could have had the old op,
Yeah.
couldn't she?
Mm.
And put on a stupid perm,
Yeah.
put a few pounds on,
Yeah.
gone to the Bahamas, and ran FTX.
Yeah.
That'd be a plot twist, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
Big plot twist.
Absolutely. Right then, this is Julian's favourite.
What are we on
topic.
now?
We are going to talk about
you be-
artificial intelligence.
You got to give me a moment, just like discuss
In what
something.
context are we talking about it?
Well, from our point of view, in a positive way, and from your point of view, I imagine quite a negative way.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I know you don't.
There we go. I was
You
trying to
watch
remove
too many
comments.
Terminator films.
No, it's
that's your
nothing to do with
problem.
that. I just think it's the death of creativity.
I don't think it's bad. I think it's completely ruining all creativity ever in the world. Okay, so you probably think it's really bad.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good to have a different opinion.
Well, before
I
we
don't
actually
think
get
it's the
into it,
wrong opinion.
where Free Superstar says, "Smash the like, baby, let's go." Very true. So in conjunction with that, when you do end up scrolling down to eventually like it, please make sure you look to the left, I believe. Subscribe. There's no harm in subscribing, is there?
There isn't.
No.
No harm at all, Julian, in subscribing.
That's all it needs to be.
Is there?
Or drinking.
He was drinking. Can't
Come
you do
on,
that
tell
mime
me.
thing?
No, I can't.
There you go.
No.
Bottle of Chris.
Tell,
With water
tell
in
me
your
what's
mouth.
going on.
Tell Julian what's going on so he can tut and sigh for the next 5 minutes
All right.
Yeah.
while we
Prepared.
defend it.
Yeah.
How ChatGPT could lead to mass unemployment, the Crypto Mile says. ChatGPT could push society towards mass unemployment, an AI expert has claimed, with artificially intelligent applications poised to become embedded in every area of life. Will they lead to mass social unrest or a bountiful future free from want?
Go on. I'm here.
It's just a lot of words.
I think my skin's starting to burn off.
It will have. Did you put any factor 10 on?
No, factor 50 I've got on. What I need now is a cocktail, don't I?
Yeah. And
And a
a
bowl of
nice
nuts.
palm tree behind you.
Okay, so technological unemployment. Hume, which I assume is the guy who saying all this, then referred to the possibility of a near future economic singularity, a word coined by AI expert Callum Chase, where AI technologies essentially create mass unemployment. The concern over the next 15 years is that we are going to create mass unemployment. That can cause huge amounts of social unrest because our economies can't rebalance. So actually, we should be automating as much as possible the creation of food, healthcare, education, energy. And if you get the timing right, there's a possibility you can make all of that stuff free. You can bring the costs down so much that we live in a world of abundance where people are born into a world that they don't have to pay for food, they don't have to pay for education. It's free. If we get the timing wrong, we could have a huge amount of social unrest.
Precisely. That's why people call this the fourth industrial revolution. Because we're at the point now, the tipping point, where computers and AI can make that type of work redundant.
Oh.
Yeah.
We asked the artificial intelligence program itself if ChatGPT will lead to mass unemployment. It said, it is possible that the adoption of ChatGPT and other language models like it could lead to some job losses or changes in certain industries. Automation of certain tasks and the ability of language models to analyze large amounts of data could make some jobs obsolete or lead to an increased productivity, which could result in downsizing of certain roles. So that's what it said itself.
Certain roles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not everything. Not the death of creativity.
But I think it is.
No.
This is more about the death of people packing boxes.
I think once you uncork it, you can't stop it.
No, I mean one of the articles that was out yesterday or today was about what they called the crypto news publisher that were getting rid of all of their journalists to replace it with AI.
Was it Coinbase or
Cointelegraph or one of them?
Yeah.
One of them anyway. So from that point of view, you could say, it's the death. But on the other side, you've got to look at the positive side. So Elon Musk said about 6 months ago that we need a universal income.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this, haven't we?
We've talked about this, yeah.
And as the article says, if we've got AI growing crops, if we've got AI looking after energy production and all the basic human needs, surely that's a good thing.
No.
Why not?
Because they're all going to be bored.
Who?
All the humans.
No.
No, but we're
Why
talking...
are they not going to be bored?
What makes your life exciting if you're working packing boxes for corn when you could be focusing your life
On what?
on more creative side of things?
But you're not going to be creative, are you?
Why?
Because I can type it into there and be more creative than you are.
Do that then.
It's just nonsense.
We have to front it.
Yeah, but there's a big difference between an AI future where it repopulates forests and cleans rivers and produces food where humans can't live.
Yeah, automotive sustainable life.
There's a big difference between that and then AI recording music.
Yeah.
Because AI recording music doesn't have a positive impact on humanity as much as growing food.
Which do you think the vast majority of this human race is going to choose to do out of those two things?
So what do you mean?
Are they going to all say, you know what? I think I'll make a few trees today.
No, they're not.
I'll get behind that idea. They're all going to say, I'll make a few cheap quid out of making dirge music that all sounds the same. But I can, so I will.
50% of OnlyFans will be AI generated in 5 years' time. So not only are you putting musicians out of pocket,
everything.
You're also putting housewives out of pocket.
Everything.
Yeah. But you've got to look at the net positive, which is...
I don't see any net positive.
Well, we've just said cleaning rivers, repopulating forests, and growing enough food so there aren't starving people all over the world.
The intellect of people is already dying.
That's just evolution.
Well, it's not, is it? Because evolution implies that things are getting better.
No, it's just changing. You're evolving.
You're just not using brains anymore.
We're using brains in different ways.
Like what?
Like not allowing the populace to have a brain. So you have an elite group of people that control everything. Yeah. And if you don't feed people enough, they get angry and revolt.
Yeah.
So the first solution is to produce enough food to stop people from revolting.
And youth clubs.
Yeah.
You need youth clubs. That's what I'm told.
Boxing clubs.
That's where this crime, you always need it, because it's because they took the youth clubs away.
Boxing clubs. That's what you need.
That's what they always say.
It is
nonsense as well.
Absolutely.
I nearly swore then.
So you've got to weigh out the fact that music might suffer, the arts might suffer.
All creativity will suffer.
It won't.
Books, singing and songs.
Have you been reading George Orwell
recently? No,
recently?
it's a fact. You've already got Brogan saying that I could actually just write my essay by just typing in 4 keywords on there.
That's true.
How is he learning anything? Literally, before this program started, a subscriber of our channel, the Rackster, put out a picture, his first ever AI design.
Nice.
And he typed in monkey surfing with a sunset. And it is
that's no problem with that.
That's good.
He's not an artist.
I'm sure the Rackster would never agree.
That's very insulting as one of our co-partners.
He's not an artist.
Oh, it's insulting. You've hurting his feelings.
Yeah.
Peter says, it reminds me of Idiocracy, the film from 2006. I don't know that one. Could you explain it to me?
What's that?
Idiocracy, the film from 2006.
I don't know that film either.
Do we think then...
Anybody...
Do we think we're going to end up in a Terminator-style future then?
Oh, it's many years after I'm long gone. But yeah.
So we are. So AI is going to get to the point where it sees us as being an unrequired
Totally
resource
unrequired. What we're going to offer?
We're going to be on Mars, aren't we? Is that why Elon Musk's building the rockets
Doing
to Mars?
what?
To
Who's
get
going to
us
want to
off
go there? When
Oh,
you can sit
idiocracy.
here.
Yeah,
Well,
this one's good. This
I'm
one's good.
already on Mars.
You can literally
Yeah,
just
it's
sit
funny.
here
It's funny.
and, like you say, do nothing. I can't understand why anybody would be happy doing that.
Lots of people will be very happy.
They're not. They're not. That's where you get your crime. Nothing for me to do.
But as the article says, this isn't about mass unemployment.
No, we're
It's
talking about where this is going. And like I said to you, once you start, you can't stop. It's just like Pringles.
But it will be a redistribution of the workforce
To where?
to something else,
Such as
maintaining the wind turbines, such as maintaining the forests, such as
But why can't you have an AI fella doing that?
You can't. There comes a point where you do need the human being to be there.
But we had
to
this
fix
discussion
things.
before,
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago.
We did.
About care homes.
We did.
And you said get rid of all the carers.
Yes. I didn't say get rid of all the carers.
You did initially.
No,
Until I corrected you.
No,
You said get rid of them all because what do they do?
I
is what you
said that making cups of tea
Yeah.
and making the food
Yeah.
does not require a human being.
But I believe it does.
Not to make them. I didn't say that they shouldn't be delivered to the person by a human being. I said that is a waste of that person's time and effort. Same as a microwave or a pre-packed meal. It's made by a machine. It's just that it's cooked or delivered by a human, isn't it?
Yeah, but I thought we were trying to get back to eating properly.
Yeah.
Raw ingredients, as I'm told.
We will be.
Well, the robots will be doing that, will they?
Yeah, they'll be making our food for us. It's a long way away.
It is, but it's already started.
But the positive aspects are going to outweigh the negative aspects.
No.
Because you don't want... The same way that mines closed.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that people digging coal out the ground was a good thing.
They still want it. There's a lot of people that would go back to that work.
I know they would.
Because it's only a day's work.
But it's dirty and it's
only
not good
to you
for...
and I.
And the planet.
Well, Appreciable agrees with the fact that robots can replace cooks. Most of them. Yeah.
Right then.
No creativity then in restaurants anymore.
I think AI it opens up the world to be more
Boring.
no. What's the word? I had the word. I can't think of the word.
Vanilla.
Optional, if you know what I mean.
Vanilla. It's just all going to be vanilla.
No.
There's no striving for excellence.
See, that's communism.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's what we've got coming.
So you think we're heading to a world of communism?
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt.
Well, on that bombshell, we're going to move on to your favourite article.
Oh, which is this?
Which is the Amazon NFT
Good is this?
move.
Very interesting.
Every superstar's shouting at you.
Shouting at me?
Yeah, you said Julie Mill caps. I interpret that as shouting at you. I think
Maybe
he
it's
might
like,
disagree with you.
Go for it.
He
I'm
said,
taking
lol.
it as a positive.
Fair enough.
Next article. Before we run out of time. I knew we would get as far as AI. I was speeding towards AI, knowing we were just going to hit a brick,
Okay,
brick wall.
that's a bad idea. Remember what happened last time? We got to like 8 o'clock and everyone started joining as we were leaving because we were speeding through it.
Yeah, but we don't want to be here for 3 hours.
Not we 3 hours, are we? That's very
You've got
stupid.
stuff to eat. You've not eaten.
I've not eaten yet.
I mean, you're not looking pasty because of your light, but I would imagine when we turn it off, you look deathly.
I'm just barming in my own glow.
Amazon could soon launch NFT product offerings, possibly including a blockchain-based game where participants can earn tokens from playing.
This is a great idea. Absolutely great idea.
It's expected to be announced in the spring, with April being a possible launch date. Amazon has reportedly been reaching out to various entities in the industry, including Layer 1 blockchains, blockchain-based gaming startups and developers, and NFT marketplaces.
Get this right.
Mm.
Amazon,
Yep.
in November, started or partnered with Solana to allow Solana nodes to be hosted on Amazon.
Yep.
Avalanche is doing something similar now. That is partnering with Amazon to bring scalable blockchain solutions to enterprises and governments. AWS fully supports Avalanche's infrastructure and dApps ecosystem, including one-click node deployment, offering the best tools for these high compliance use cases. So yeah, similar with Solana.
So if Amazon are allowing nodes to be hosted with Amazon, doesn't that defeat the purpose of decentralization? Because decentralization isn't just about having different people having different nodes, but those nodes be distributed across the world, doesn't it?
Still is.
How is it?
Well, there's still going to be nodes around the world. It's not just the one place that goes at AWS.
No, but Amazon is quite a big marketplace. And if they're offering one-click node solutions, so you can come along and say, right, well, I'm going to put 200 Solana in here and I'm going to start my own node, and you press a button, you've suddenly got a node with Amazon. Well,
what does that node do?
That is, you know how we talk about how the miners secure the network?
Yeah.
And they produce their own secure network by all being online.
Yeah.
Well, when you've got proof of stake, if you've got so many tokens, let's say 4,000 or 10,000 ADA, you can become your own validator, which means that you can secure the network by having your own independent validator. And by staking those tokens, you're kind of doing the same thing as the miners are.
Yeah.
It's just not as, for me, it's not as secure.
Yeah.
Because obviously the more money you have, the more tokens you have, the bigger your validator.
Yeah.
Whereas miners are more hash rate dependent. But if you've got, let's say you've currently got 10,000 validators on Solana, and you can go to Amazon and say, oh, I'm going to do this, and suddenly Amazon have got 50,000 Solana validators, doesn't that suck all of the decentralization together?
Yeah.
Yes, but what's stopping them?
What do you mean what's stopping
What's
them?
stopping, what, I mean, like, what's stopping, like, any company, for example, obviously, you know, economically, that would stop them, but what's stopping, let's say, I don't know, Facebook, for example, just opening up a bunch of servers with a bunch of nodes in it to have a
But
big market share.
you're just explaining the exact reason why proof of stake isn't as secure as proof of work.
Yeah.
Because proof of work
It requires GPUs,
requires you to have physical hardware.
right? Which a big company like Microsoft can still do.
No, not if you're looking at Bitcoin.
Well, exactly. This is just a point of this is just a point of a blockchain. This is just a point of Web3. The size, the count of nodes will depend on how much one person can influence.
Yeah,
blockchain.
But that's the fault of proof of stake. If you look at proof of work, let's say Microsoft want to go out and get 51% of the hash rate of Bitcoin, they would have to take on China, Russia. They'd have to take on 4 superpowers to do it.
Okay.
Right, it's never going to happen, right? But you come to Solana and you say, right, I'm going to put $2 billion into Solana. I'm going to buy $2 billion worth of Solana, which is what, currently 25% of its market cap.
Okay.
And then you dump them all on Amazon Web Services, and suddenly you've got 25% of the voting rights of Solana, which pretty much means you've got control over the network, because we know 60-70% of it is fragmented between here and...
Have Amazon built in some sort of mechanism to stop this happening?
Why would they? Because that's not commercially in their favour, is it? All I'm saying is if Amazon are allowing everybody to have these one-stop shop nodes for these different blockchains, which is great on paper, but all I'm saying is, what happens if 60% of all the nodes end up on Amazon Web Services? And let's say, as has happened in the past, Amazon Web Services goes down, 60% of that blockchain is offline.
Yeah.
Isn't that creating a massive point of failure?
It is, but it could have happened anyways. It could still happen. I mean, it's the way it's been made though, which is causing this. Which is what you said. Obviously, proof of stake isn't as secure as proof of work.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because it's happened now. A lot of things are proof of stake. I'm going to ignore that point and just say, well, it's open to happen, so it's going to happen. That we can't stop it. We can't stop a big company just starting a huge amount of servers and a huge amount of nodes and trying to take a huge chunk of control. We can't stop them.
No, we can't. But in 10 years' time, no, maybe not 10 years' time, in 4 or 5 years' time, when we've had another bull run, it makes it 5 to 10 times harder for them to do it because the value of the network will have increased 5 or 10-fold. What I'm saying, at this very moment in time, when we're in the bear market,
When to buy all up, you mean? Yeah.
you can buy up an awful lot of a layer one. Maybe not so much with Cardano because I think 60 or 70% of that's already staked anyway. You can't physically get your hands on it. But for something like Solana or AVAX or one of these smaller layer ones, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, they could just come along and buy such a large percentage of that blockchain and then centralize it.
Yep.
Which is terrible.
I know it is.
Like AI, it's terrible, but it's here.
Okay.
Well, fair enough. Because Amazon, like a lot of things on the internet, like there's a lot of bad things which can happen on the internet.
Yeah.
But a lot of regulations have happened to, or a lot of like general rule of thumbs on the internet has happened so that things would stop. And obviously you go dark web, whatever, etc. But with AI, I feel like that also needs to happen. Like going to Julian's point, I know we're going back to AI again, but where there needs to be the responsibility of OpenAI to have the authority and the ethicalness to limit, either prompts or what data it can access.
Was it Isaac Asimov who wrote the rules of robotics?
Yes.
So he
3 of rules.
Yeah, there's 3 rules of robots. Like they can't hurt humans and whatever. And I think where I do agree with you is that we're sleepwalking
totally
into it
Yeah.
without
Only looking at the positives.
without but the positives and the negatives should both fall under regulation, which doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So we need to have regulation on AI the same way that maybe these blockchains that are launched to start, like when you've got proof of work, you can create you can stop 51% attacks, which means that when you have control of 51% of a network, you can start to change the blocks. So they've written things to stop that. What's stopping that on proof of stake?
Nothing at this moment in time.
So
it will come.
It will come,
But again, it may be too late.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
You need to have Isaac Asimov's robotic rules applied to AI, but have them as some kind of international standard to stop the immoral use of it.
Yeah,
I suppose.
I mean, I think we need to extend it a bit more in terms of like, let's say creativity was to be destroyed. Whatever, in your point, it would need to be used because rules are like what, like a robot cannot harm a human in any circumstances other than its intention, or its intention cannot be used to harm a human or something like that. So yeah, obviously it doesn't. I think it needs to be expanded upon, not just harming humans and just the bare bones limits. I think it needs to be expanded more to well, it can't, create the X, Y, Z, for example. I know it's this whole thing about it is creating, but we've got a lot of comments from this conversation we had from Web3 Superstar, which I've missed. So he said, I don't know how long ago these were, but Julian didn't try Web3 yet. Wait for it. I was validated on GLRMR. I think centralized mix of decentralized is the best bet. Mix of both worlds. When it's too decentralized, it can slow things down because of bad actors or people that don't care.
Yeah.
I agree with Mike. It's bad. Most smart people won't use Amazon for this. Only small retailers with no clue what they're doing. I don't know. These are quite fast. I don't know what he's referring to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got the trilemma, which we're not going to go on to, but the trilemma is.
Oh yeah.
Security. So there's 3 tenets of a computer network, not even blockchain related, of a computer network, and you have speed, how fast the network is at doing what it does, security, how secure that network is, and then decentralization, how decentralized is that network? Because obviously, if you've got a massive 60,000 workforce spread across 20 different sites. It's slightly decentralized. The more decentralized it gets, that has an effect on speed, has an effect on security. So you've got this trilemma that's existed for the last 50 years. And then blockchain comes along, which is identical.
Yeah.
And Web3 superstars, right? One of them has to suffer. You can't have all three, because the more you have of one, the more impact it has on the other. So you have to have some centralization, some control, some speed inefficiencies. Like Solana, for example. It's incredibly quick, it's fairly secure, but it's also fairly centralized.
Yeah.
I mean, they stop and start their network pretty much once every 3 months.
Yeah.
Web3 Superstar says, good AI versus bad AI future. Maybe that's possible. They fight each other so it stays stable. I don't know. Haha. That'd be very funny.
Right. Let's move on to this other ridiculous article.
This is ridiculous.
This is ridiculous.
Going back to Amazon, though, the reason that I liked it is just adoption again.
It is.
Yeah.
That's why I liked it.
But my issue is...
Separate issue. Yours is a separate issue, not an Amazon issue.
No, my issue with the adoption side of this is Amazon are so big.
Oh, yeah.
It's not adoption, it's more...
Take over.
Yeah, take over. Exactly. It's like when we've talked about BlackRock and Fidelity and creating this gated entry to crypto with Coinbase.
Too much power.
They've got too much power. And if BlackRock steal the charge, they're going to be the biggest financial institution in the world in the next 5 or 10 years. If everything goes to plan with crypto and they've got their share of it, they're going to be massive. Huge. Right, Oreo cookies. What on earth has this got to do with NFTs? And why am I wasting
my life, my breath,
short minutes on this planet listening to digital? It better be about digital cookies.
See, for us, this is already off to a bad start, innit? Oreos, they're a new thing to us. Cookies,
biscuits.
Yeah, it's never going to be a custard cream.
Do you know the most exotic cake biscuit we had when we were kids?
Go on.
Jaffa cakes.
Never even saw them. Didn't see them for years.
They were made up the road from where I was born.
Most exciting that I had, party ring.
Oh, they'd go through you though if you bit them the wrong way, wouldn't they?
They could do, yeah.
I don't mean that way.
No.
I mean
no.
In your teeth.
Oh yeah.
Go on then. Oreo cookies.
So I haven't read this because I wanted it to be a surprise to everybody.
Oh, is this a live reaction?
Yes.
Brilliant. I love live reactions.
A mini sub description has got me very worried for this. I'll read the title in a minute. It says, in partnership with Meta's Horizon Worlds.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
And that's all I'm going to say.
You know, remember that old age pensioners home that we talked about that I think is to do with Facebook? It's these people.
Oh, God. Go on, Brogan.
Oreo enters the metaverse with limited edition cookie, the most Oreo.
Why wouldn't you want a biscuit in the metaverse, eh?
Yeah.
Hang on. Whoa.
To virtually be able to eat it.
Is this a virtual biscuit or a real biscuit?
Wait.
It's the most Oreo.
Wait. It's not a marketing scam.
Join Martha Stewart. Here we go.
Martha Stewart?
Yes.
Dunk into the Oreoverse.
Do you know she was on stage once with, wait for this, it was Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah. Are these real?
Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg. And somebody else. Can't remember who the other person was.
Oh, I get it.
And she had done more time than the rest of them put together. Can you believe that? She's been in prison longer than Snoop Dogg.
Incredible.
This... there is one thing to be happy about this. There is a real Oreo
biscuit in conjunction with this.
And it looks very nice. It's very thick. And you can scan a QR code to enter the Oreoverse.
Did you say Oreoverse?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for the love of God.
Yeah, Oreoverse.
The step into the virtual world comes with the release of a new limited edition cookie, the most Oreo, and the reveal of the Oreoverse, an interactive digital realm where fans can take part in a variety of experiences and activities.
I mean, how many experiences can you have with a virtual biscuit?
Well, there's only really two. One on the way in and one on the way out.
You think. Wait for it.
To kick things off, Oreo invited famed cookbook publisher and media personality Martha Stewart. While an expert in her own field, Stewart is new to the metaverse, making her exploration of the space an authentic first-time experience. Joining her in a live stream explorations that will take place, Live stream explorations that will take place on Oreo's brand social is Stewart's longtime friend and head gardener Ryan McAllister. I'm excited to make my metaverse debut in partnership with one of my favourite cookie brands, Oreo, and having Ryan there with me makes it more fun.
What's the gardener got to do with cookies?
Because he's making a whole world, isn't he?
The two of us had our fair share of adventures over the last 10 years and has been able to navigate us just about anything together, especially in the garden.
You know what? I want to mock it, but I think we're too old, and we've got to admit.
Ooh.
I mean, this is pretty much the way the cookie crumbles.
You can explore it with the of VR headsets or on the phone. Visitors are encouraged to participate in a variety of different cookie-themed games, with eligible participants having the chance to win up to $50,000 in prizes.
$50,000 worth of prizes. So that
prizes.
means biscuits.
Right. Yeah.
£50,000 worth of Oreo biscuits.
This is too much to digest.
It's absolutely incredible.
Unbelievable.
It's not a nice story, is it?
No, it's absolutely not.
Basically,
It's absolutely shocking.
So it's a Julia Rosenblum, senior brand manager. The most Oreo cookie gives fans a whole new way to playfully engage with us. By scanning the pack, they will dunk into the new Oreoverse world. How do you engage with a cookie brand?
I've got no idea.
Oh dear.
Jesus.
It's the most ridiculous thing since Garibaldi's times, this.
Exactly. I was trying to think about to get that one
It
in
was
there.
tricky, that one.
It was tricky. That one.
That's it. That's the article.
I don't know. I'd have to go home and sit everyone down around the table and ask the family circle what they think of it.
Yeah. Have a good hobnob about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Where each of us says ha 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 ha.
What do you think, bro?
I'm not sure all about this. I don't think.
I mean, is this something you'd want to dunk into?
No.
I think it's ridiculous.
It really is.
Maybe dip my toes in just to see what it's about.
It's the bottom of the biscuit barrel.
It is, really is. Really is.
You're looking at me like I'm
That's
supposed to
a
say
tweet
something.
from Picardo asking Julian to stop coming out with biscuit puns. Oh, biscuits in the metaverse. Right, I've had enough of this.
Have we got questions?
We've got questions.
Yeah, right. Henri says, sorry, I'm back. Mum problems. Webfusion says, can you get double dipped in the game? I mean, yo, Henri. Okay.
You can get double dipped.
Right. So
You've been double dipped.
I have.
we are
great.
FTX and Luna. True.
Look at that.
Look at that. Oh, you mean
I've
that?
gone
I
proper
thought you were
Beyonce.
talking about crypto.
No,
Halo.
we're talking about his fake tan.
It's lovely, this. Look at that.
Well, it's question time.
Question
I
time.
believe.
Now, remember, Brogan,
Mm-hmm.
the audience are asking us the questions.
Yes, I was
today,
just
aren't
about
they?
to say, Henri is back. A fabled member of our community. He said, did I miss any dad jokes?
Yes, you did. You'll have to watch the video back
Yes.
after we've streamed to catch them, though. Won't we?
Yeah.
So
Got a friend that's just completed a course in
Oh no.
the history of are they called palindromes? Yeah, we now call him Dr. Awkward. You need a pen and paper for that one.
No, you don't.
Brogan. Questions, please. Don't get. The Henri is not allowed. In fact, how do you ban someone from the channel? Is there a way? Can you freeze him or something?
He said, we have fun, it's Monday. True. So,
What's the questions then?
Julian doesn't have a question.
No,
so while
nobody
me
wants to ask me anything, thankfully.
and Rain Man over there are answering our questions, if you could just think of any question. You know what? It could be any question.
Absolutely anything.
Anything for our
Absolutely anything.
for our poet.
Today.
What's my question, Brogan? Let me start this
Your question. Let me get to your
shambles of a show.
comrade. The biggest crypto gainer in the next 3 years.
Ooh, biggest crypto gainer in the next 3 years is either going to be A, something we haven't heard of yet,
Oh.
Okay.
a new one,
Yeah.
maybe by Facebook, Amazon, Google, something like that.
Yeah, maybe
Something
not
we've never heard of, or if Ethereum really does take, it's too big a chain. I'll say Ethereum in second place, and I'll go for a lower L1 like AVAX to really take off. Something that come from middle of the pack. That would be my choice for something in the next 3 years.
Okay. Sounds good.
What's your question, mister?
Before we say that, Web Producer says, remember Mike said we wouldn't hit 18k?
Did I?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, you're very pessimistic, aren't you?
Yeah, you probably did.
We won't hit 18k.
What?
What are we at now?
18k for what?
Crypto.
Yeah. Well, I assume we're talking about Bitcoin.
Yeah, we're not going to hit 18k again.
Oh, you mean they're going down again?
Yeah.
Oh, something going down. So...
No. We're gonna bounce off the 50-week SMA, which is probably at about 20,500, and then we're gonna shoot up again.
Oh.
Yeah.
We need to test resistance to make sure that the arse isn't going to fall out of crypto.
60 by Christmas.
60 by Christmas, says the bard. I mean, I think he should just stick to poems about Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
What's Brogan's question? What's
Free Superstar says we're going back to 18k. No.
No.
We're not. Nobody said 18k.
You can't do this to me, lol.
Whose question are we up next?
Me.
What's your question?
While we wait for people in the comments and in the stream to make a question for Julian. Thank you.
I've got no idea. I think it's a youth thing.
It's a ute thing.
Why's my camera?
A ute thing.
I need like.
What's your question, Brogan?
I need to stand on this. Can't see the camera.
We can see you perfectly fine.
Not on the camera.
Oh, there you are. You're shaving your head, shaking your head around.
So,
what's your question?
My question is, what are your opinions on the future of ChatGPT? Jacob in Bath.
Jacob in Bath, don't get him started again.
He wants to be careful as well if he's in there with an electronic device.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
that was a good dad.
We have talked about it. I'm trying to wall him out.
It's fine. I just looked at my own screen up there and seen how yellow I am. Look, I've got jaundice. I look like Paul Gascoigne after a serious session in Ibiza with too much Cinzano. I'm literally orange.
For me, it's like how you spent last hour with forced rhubarb.
What's your question, Brogan? We'll be quiet.
If anybody wants to ask me what forced rhubarb is, happy to answer.
What are your opinions on the future of ChatGPT? Jacob from Bath. We've kind of already discussed, what is the future of ChatGPT. My opinions are I think it's going to be good. I trust the people who are making it.
Yeah.
I would like to think I could trust them. I don't think. Obviously, people are going to, be kicked out of their jobs, and the workplaces are going to, decrease in size because AI is going to take over, etc., etc. But I feel like they have good, kind hearts over there. Microsoft, etc., whoever they're, Elon Musk, keywords, key names, etc. I think it's going to be good.
Good answer.
I kind of waffled there, but
you didn't. It was good.
I'm really waiting for a question for Julian.
Henri, what would you like to ask Julian?
Yes.
Crypto or non-crypto related, but please don't ask for a joke.
No, I haven't got any left.
Actually, let me
I'm out.
Refresh the
He's
comments. I also can't remove the comment. There we go. It might
When's
be a
the
comment.
next show? Thursday?
Thursday, we are back. Same time,
here we
place.
Go. We have a question. We have two questions actually. I didn't see these.
This is great.
Pick the best one.
We've stitched him up
properly.
Keep asking him questions, and myself and
I'm
Brogan
going to do this one first. We
Go
can
on.
skip past this. From Peter, let me highlight it.
Peter Lee, he'll not let me down.
Julian, what's your favourite dad joke?
Oh, Jesus, Peter.
I can't reiterate more dad jokes.
Skin's peeling off my forehead.
Say the elevator one again.
It's a good one, that one.
Yeah, say it.
Yeah, that is a good one. I'm not going to repeat the same joke. No, it's all right. Are you allowed to talk about LGBTQT, or is that...
Don't do it.
Yeah, you are.
Are you?
Yeah, you are.
Does anybody know what that means? Because I can't get a straight answer.
I bet you do.
Oh.
I bet the joke's coming.
Oh, that one really hurt. I actually
Did I
feel
miss
like
it? Did I
I need to go to the bathroom.
I missed it, didn't I? Anyways, ignore this. We actually do have we do have a question.
Okay.
From Henri.
Henri.
Always coming in. Okay, the bard. What's your opinion on what the biggest current problem in crypto is, and what can they do to fix it?
Oh, what
That's
a
an absolute
question!
Huge
Burger.
question.
I literally physically saw Julian rock back in his chair like
he'd
been punched
massive
by
question.
Tyson.
Yeah.
That's a good
I
one,
would
that.
say the biggest problem
Is Mike and Brogan.
is that it's filled with geeks.
Okay.
And that leads to conspiracy theorists, which leads to people doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing, which leads to mistrust. And we need to get big business in to actually make it trustworthy and getting the larger community to invest rather than it being geeky.
That was a good answer, that.
So my whole idea of adoption is purely based on that.
On replacing people with... replacing geeks with business-related people.
Correct.
But
Okay.
isn't that the point of crypto, to actually...
No, that's the point of crypto at the moment, because that's what the people in charge of it want us to do.
Yeah, but when we've put businesses in charge of things,
Yeah.
Namely
But
financial...
they can't be in charge of this, can they? They can be involved,
They can.
but not in charge.
No. But even if they're not in charge, they can still cause considerable damage, like FTX did,
Yeah, they can.
can't they?
But I think that's the biggest problem at the moment. I
Well,
want
I
it to
agree.
be adopted, but I want to get rid of this facade it's got.
I agree. I agree. For me, it's the conspiracy theories.
Awful.
Yeah.
I think that's the worst thing.
Awful.
Good question, that.
Yeah,
Very
very
good
good
question.
question, yeah.
Very, very, very good question.
Any other questions?
I'm monitoring now.
We've got
Wait
3
for
more
it.
minutes before
3
my
more
Frey
minutes.
Bentos is ready.
Are we having a Frey Bentos?
No idea. Just thought that sounded
I've
Oh,
one of them since
we
uni.
rebounded it off the room. Anyone have any other opinions?
good. On what?
I assume the question he asked prior.
The problem with
What's the biggest
crypto at the
problem
minute?
with crypto? How do you think you solve it?
I think education is my biggest problem at the minute, and when you don't have education on a subject, it leads to mistrust
Perception.
and perception.
Okay.
And this applies to the real world as well. When you look at things like immigration, which I'm not going to get into,
Don't get
worry,
into
What is
that.
that?
or religion,
Don't go there.
Neither.
you end up with people who aren't educated, not understanding, and that leads to mistrust, and that leads to conflict, and that leads to all sorts of nastiness.
And repeating the populace.
Hmm?
Just repeating the populace, because
Yeah.
that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
They thought it must be true.
Sounds good. I like that one. So that's my answer, education.
All right.
Anything else? We're down
We
to
do
the
have
last
another.
2
We
minutes.
have another question.
Oh,
I'll leave that. We've already got 2 opinions. I won't give mine. Will ETH hit $5K this year?
Who's
I don't know
asked
who
that?
this is for. It's just a question.
Who's asked that?
Web3 Superstar.
Will it hit this year?
Yes.
Well, as we both know, Brogan, we've got
Yes.
Moon Boy in
what's
the
it out
corner.
at the moment?
1,600.
Then no, it won't. Not quite.
Well,
Ooh.
now, hang on a second.
Not quite.
Hang on a second.
Mm.
This is where you take off the Bard hat
Mm.
and you put on your Moon Boy hat.
No, I'm putting on my graph hat.
No, it's not your graph hat.
Because it identically follows how Bitcoin's doing. And I've said
you
that Bitcoin's
said-
getting to 60,
Correct.
which is 3 times from where it is now.
Yeah.
So it'll only get to 4,800.
Web3 Superstar says, I'm Moonboy 2, haha.
That is splitting.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I
hairs.
was
going to get close.
I did say that. I said it'll get close, but not quite.
Oh, he's getting. I tell you what, he's getting very technical, isn't he? We should put him in charge of the charts.
I think
next
it's just
week.
here.
I think so too.
I think
I
that'd
mean,
be,
next stream.
that's a bad idea.
Could you imagine?
I couldn't
That'd be
imagine
great.
that.
You
It'd be
you
all
just
over the
have 3
place.
cameras of the ceiling for the entire stream. Only one microphone will be plugged in. You'll hear echoes of us in the distance like ghouls and ghosts.
Yeah, occasionally there'd be a bit Channel 4.
Exactly. The odd, oh, God's sake. Right, do we have anything else before we wrap up?
I don't think so. I mean, I'll wait for anything else to come in. I'm going to refresh one more time.
Well, before everybody goes,
Yeah.
we are on Monday and Thursdays,
Yep.
6 p.m. UK, 7 p.m.
Central European time.
ETH is actually down. It's just dropped.
Has it? Just because
Yeah.
I've heard that?
Just because you said that.
Incredible, isn't it? The influence
You're
that we have.
incredible.
Absolutely.
What else do we have, Brogan? We've got some videos coming out.
We do. We have a one on ChatGPT talking about, its role in crypto.
Yes, we do.
This is pretty interesting.
We've got some Julian poems coming
Coming soon.
very
Yeah.
soon. And then we have a few more of our people in cryptos coming along and a few more of our unlocking cryptos next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else, Brogan, you want to add?
No. I think that's exactly.
Then
We'll say goodbye.
we'll say goodbye.
Yes, we will.
See you on Thursday.
Goodbye.
But before, before you
Oh.
leave, okay, don't leave just yet, okay? Before you do leave, make sure you scroll down, like the video, rewatch the stream as well, so we get the hour and 20 minutes for us. Subscribe, turn notifications on, don't miss anything we do in the future. Anyways, I'm ending now.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
it.